Let's get to know the features of ChatGPT Plus, paid ChatGPT. Let's go to it. I got it wrong because the first thing I want to see are the objectives and that you know its characteristics. We go here. There's been a recent change, which is that you use now a GPT-5 model, instead of having several models that differences in thinking. They've put it all together in a GPT-5 model. It gives us 80 messages every 3 hours, then goes down to GPT-5 mini, and it decides if it makes more thinking. Thinking is a mode in which he elaborates the response, in which it is gradually looking for sources, and has an internal conversation where the iterative response improves or it goes a faster mode. The free version does not allow us to choose, in the paid version allows us to decide whether we want one that thinks or we do not. We even have a pro mode that has very few interactions on the GPT Plus. In the GPT Pro mode that is worth €200 per month, you have more, and you have the whole thought. It also has 32,000 context tokens. It means that if it has 0.75 words for each token, there are like 20,000 words that are like 60 pages, although later to think it has until 196,000. I mean, when it starts thinking, it allows you to put more, but if we want to upload documents or we want to write text, we have only 32,000 tokens. We can, as I said, select the thinking mode by hand, 200 times a week. The one who enters automatically has no limits. The fast version that does not think or the pro. We can even use an old model that is GPT-4, later we will see it. We have priority in the use of servers, which we can notice because using it is faster than normal mode and we can access to new functionalities first. We can download files, we can access to the internet without limits, we can create many more images, we can create 40 prompts every 3 hours. Also, the GPT-5, the new model, allows us to edit images, that is, take an image and tell it to make modifications, or compare two images. We also have the ability to interact with images, ask it about an image. Then we have 10 full deep research queries with 30 minutes of thought with attachments per month. Deep research is this mode in which you upload a documentation. You tell it to search in the internet and he acts as an agent and he goes looking for these documents and uses the thinking mode to elaborate the answer. So we have many more queries than in the free mode, and as I was telling you, these are the improved capabilities. The voice mode is not really unlimited, but for practical purposes, it is practically unlimited. You can create specific chatbots, you can take a number of documents. For example, I have used the documentation of the doctoral school of the Polytechnic University of Valencia. I have put them as a source of knowledge and made a chatbot that answers only questions about doctoral school, and then that can be used by any other user. If you want it, you can do it closed or you can do it open, and even free users can use it, but only with a maximum number of interactions per day. And then it has connectors to sources and applications. It has many connectors to Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Teams, GitHub. Beyond the connectors to Google Drive or OneDrive to retrieve the files that the free version has, here you can connect to our Gmail, Teams, Calendar, GitHub and see our schedule, see our mails and answer us. Something that before could only be done with Microsoft Copilot in Teams is now opened with these connectors, and we can access our account and work. Also, one thing, it is called projects, which allows a team to work on a series of documents. And the good of project is that you can tell it that a chat answers only in agreement with the context of the project. That is, with the interaction that there was in the project and with the files that have been uploaded to the project. It also allows to make interactive tables and graphs. In the Canvas mode allows you to make a graph and modify it, and even generate a game and run it. And there are more versions. There is the Pro version, for example. The normal version is worth about $20 per month or about €20 in Europe, but the Pro version costs around 200. When you have a job where you depend a lot on the thinking mode, gives you access to many more minutes of thought, then there are people that pay €200, then Enterprise and Teams is for an entire company or for a team. In Enterprise, they offer you security when it comes to handling information, who can access, ISO certifications, etc. It has an administration panel as well. It has the same limitations as the free mode. You have to be careful with hallucinations, although there are less, but we have to always check what it tells us. We must be careful, although in the business mode is enabled to not share the information that we upload to train. You have always to be aware that we are uploading information to the cloud and confidential or personal data. Be careful with them. Though I already said that in the enterprise mode you are guaranteed a certain level of safety that will not be used. Well, here you see the voice mode interface on the mobile and the image interface where you can point to him and say, "What is this in my bike?" or "How do I move this to be able to go up and down the saddle?" And he interprets the image and tells you so. Before I finish, I want us to pass here. Here we have a paid ChatGPT. I forgot to comment on one thing, which has an agent mode too, the agent mode that is here. Here I have asked it to explain the agent mode, which is to execute actions in your place, so that it goes to the web, that it executes processes, that it puts something in the calendar, make step-by-step decisions to do a task, call tools, external apps such as web search, image generation, file management, calculations, go to your calendar, and it can chain actions. It behaves like an assistant, for example, automating a task. Give me a PDF summary of this document and send it to me. Give me the weather forecast in Valencia and make a chart of the week's temperatures. Help me plan a 12-hour AI course with practical materials. And here we have the difference between the normal mode and the agent mode. One responds to your instruction directly and the other can plan, call tools, and execute actions to give you the answer. Well, then you have also the connectors that you have available, that we can see them here in configuration. There are many more than in the free version. You have Calendar, Canva to make graphics, Outlook Mail, Contacts, Dropbox, GitHub, Google Calendar, Drive. We can work with our information and pass it to ChatGPT. You can also create connectors if you want. Let's see here, also to create an image, investigate in depth, add photos and files. Enable internet search to make sure it works. The study and learn mode, which is also in the free version, and the canvas that gives us so many more interactions. Well, here as you can see, I can run the GPT-5 automatically. But I can also tell it to do it instantly or use force thinking or pro mode of research, which is limited. And in previous models, we have GPT-4. This is the same as in the free version: archive, report or delete, but it also allows us to add this chat to a project. Here we have the same information we have in the free mode. This is simply to close and open the sidebar. And then we have all the same options. Here we have access to Sora. We also have access to Codex, which is a software development tool. I'm not going to get in there, but if someone wants to develop software, you can explore how ChatGPT integrates with Codex. And here we have the GPT custom, which in principle, if I go here to this one from here, this is the one I've done, is the PhD school chat. If you look here, here I can edit the GPT, I can copy the link, I can rate it, but as this is mine, I can edit the GPT here, and this is where I go to create a chatbot. Here I put the description, the name, some instructions with the role it has to play. Here is the important part, how it will answer. Conversation initiators, and here a knowledge base of documents that I uploaded so it can answer about that. What recommended model then? We can let users use whatever model they want, and if we want to add features. For this chat, it is not used, but you can search in the internet, have the canvas, generate images, integrate codes. And then has an automation that is to create actions, so when you connect to external data you can improve it. There are chatbots that are connected with external applications to use them. With this we are going to return to normal mode instead of the chatbot. The only thing is that here we can do projects and extract information faced with the normal version of free ChatGPT. Here we have our own chat with the free ChatGPT, and here we have the configuration options. And we have two accounts because this is a team account, not just a Plus account, but in a Plus account we only had one. With this I finish the video where I told you the current options for ChatGPT Plus.